One thing queer, one thing queer, one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer.
Hello and welcome to One Thing Queer. My name's Jenny Baton and my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Kelsey Wren, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, friend.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Delighted to finally be recording.
I know.
I don't know, even though, it's been like a week?
Yeah.
But,
How dare you be so busy?
I'm just like over here trying to like heal myself. And in doing so, trying to help people heal themselves. Shooting the shit time.
Nailed it.
I only nailed it because he told me WordPress.
I'm like, it's that one.
I remember that we kind of had it figured out last week.
yes.
And then I completely forgot.
It's just, I mean,
How long have we had this?
there's other, I think, important things to fill your brain with. than
guess.
this. But yeah. So, what'd you do this week?
So
How was your week?
It was great. I launched Celestial Light Witch,
Mm-hmm.
and I've done a lot of Reiki sessions for people.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's been very it feels so nice to hear feedback from people because then I like feel like I'm doing it for something greater, and it's always nice to like hear people feel better about themselves and like feel better physically. It's been a great time. I also have been like working on my TikTok for Celestial Light Witch. So I've been like
They're really
making
good.
little videos. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I'm just trying to like be consistent with it and stuff. And then I had work and I'm just trying to juggle all the things, the podcast.
Juggle all the businesses.
all the things. But I'm so grateful that people are loving it.
It's a fun way to live, kind of. I think it's a little bit scary because obviously you have to make your way doing that. It's not like a 9-to-5 where like it's automatic there. And I've always thought too that that's what I wanted was like a 9-to-5. Like, but I'm like, I just also don't like being told what to do.
Yeah, that's that cap.
Yeah, I don't really like it. So like the part-time search, I'm like, do I really want to do that? So I mean, my workaround is to make something for myself. So thinking about doing that might be in the works.
That's exciting.
I know.
I'm excited for you because you have a lot to offer the world with your abilities. You know how to do endless things, and like there'll be still times where I'm like, you do that too? And it's
Stop it.
crazy. It's cool.
Well, thanks, Fran.
Yeah.
That's my Gemini, by the way.
Yeah.
We learned that this week week watching our astrology videos that like that's the jack of all trades is like Gemini stuff, which is funny because my dad is a Gemini sun and he's very jack
Much
of all.
like
Like
that.
he literally knows everything about everything and like it's well kind of
Not astrology.
Not astrology. I guess like anything you working with your hands he kind of knows, but like he's good at different stuff. So
I feel like if your partner were to like chat to him about astrology, I feel like it would create something.
it's the thing is though, because he's a Gemini, if he's in his good, like in the good side, he would probably be like, oh really wow. But if he's in a side where he's not having it, he doesn't want to hear, he doesn't want to change, he's very in stuck in his ways because he's very like machismo kind of stuff. Like if he's stuck in that way, he's not going to hear anything. He's going to be like, wow, it's crap. Like but if he's in the other way, you just have to catch him at a good time.
Yeah.
It's
a coin toss.
yeah, it really,
Geminis are a coin.
it really is. And it's not even that there's two different sides. It's like a million different sides.
Yeah.
That's something we learned this. But it explains, I don't know. That's why I love it so much. It explains why you feel a certain way. And it explains the unexplainable. Like, why am I thinking this way? And it's just a tool to, I mean, you can also just say, I'm thinking this way because I'm thinking this way. But it's just nice to have a reason behind it, I guess. 'Cause I really like that. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I also started reading this book called Attunement, and I shared it on my personal page and on my Celestial Light Witch page. And it was talking about like 4 steps in like your spirituality. And when I got to the third one, I was like, whoa. Because it basically was talking about how when you're a spiritual enthusiast, you begin to like seek out healing modalities, and one of them is Reiki. And I was just like,
Check.
I was literally every single one. I was like, check, 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 and it was just crazy because it's like the first step I went through, the second step I went through, and then I'm currently in the third step. And the author was talking about how a lot of people, most people tend to get stuck in the third step and they don't get to the fourth step ever. And it's pretty crazy. And I was talking to Val about it, and she asked me last night, she's like, so before you tell me what the fourth step is it, do you think it's linear or do you think it's, what was the word?
Circular?
Circular. And at first I was like, maybe it's linear because it's a happy ending maybe. And then I read the fourth step and it was most definitely circular. And Val is pretty spiritual, but like she doesn't go ham on it like I do. And she's just so intuitive, and I think it's just like
It's
the
just
water.
naturally.
Yeah.
It's the water sign.
The water sign.
It's Bernie also.
Yeah. So it was just really a cool conversation.
Those darn water signs, I swear.
Seriously. So intuitive.
They are. And they're like just magical. I think is a good word. I think we would both agree that they're both magical.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I'm curious what the fourth step is then.
The fourth step is like you coming around. I don't have the book with me.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I wonder what the third step is that like why people get stuck on the third step. And I think a lot of times people don't have enough, because I kind of get this too, is like people don't have enough faith in themselves to like help other people, or they could go the other way where they end up just becoming selfish kind of. But like to me, also like I've always like, even in like fitness stuff, I'm like, oh, I know all these things. I want to tell people about these things because like just like with the cup, I'm like, I want to tell people because like this is so much, it's so much more help. Like it's so helpful. I wish people would know this stuff. Like,
yeah.
So I wonder what that blockage is there.
Yeah, you'd have to read it.
I guess I will.
Attunement by Marissa Morris.
Okay. Guess I will.
You could borrow it after I'm done.
Perfect. Although I did borrow Val's Elvira book and I haven't even touched it. I'm sorry, Val. It looks so interesting, but I just don't pick up.
You don't want to fall asleep.
I don't want to fall asleep, and I just don't pick up books. I just don't do it. I don't know. I guess I could. I don't know. Trust me, there's a lot more times lately where I'm like watching like stupid YouTube and I'm like, I could be learning something. What am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just filling my head with nonsense.
I've just been in such a mood to read recently, and I'm not necessarily a reader, but I've really enjoyed, like, I finished one book and now I'm on the second one, and I just like want to read and I want to have like all the information, and I'm kind of like in a very studious mode at the moment. And last night I went to go do my skincare routine, and when I go into our room, Belle's reading her book. And I had like made us tea, and it was like delicious tea. And then I like laid down and I'm like, oh, I'm going to read my book too. And I got so excited. And then I just like turned and looked at Val and I was like, I like this. I like that we're reading and we're drinking tea, and I have my vape and I have my babe. And she was like, your vape? I was like, yeah.
I love that your like focus is growing in that way. Like, because you always talk about it's kind of like shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
But you're like able to like focus and like get really into it. Like, that's great.
I don't know what, I think it's just like the stage in my spirituality where I'm at, where I'm just like, I just want to, I'm in a good headspace. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with, I like recently stopped drinking again. Like I drank when I was in when I was in Portland with Val. And it was a great time, but I didn't like the way I felt the next day. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to like stop because like, you know, I'm in the middle of attunement. And it was like right before I became Reiki master. I'm like, I want to be in a good headspace. And I have not felt this good in a very long time. And I'm good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel the upswing also.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on an upswing. Yeah.
I think we kind of mirror each
Yeah.
other in a way.
We do.
It's really weird, but very cool.
Yeah. It's really because there's sometimes where I'm like, I'm like, where is this kind of like not bad mood, but I'm like, kind of down. But it feels amplified sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who else is down?
Yeah.
Who else is around me that's like having a day? Yeah. Like I feel the upswing too, because like the last week was like not okay. I don't know. It just moves like a wave kind of. Like you just kind of ride the wave. And that's something I kind of like I had mentioned last week about getting to like a peaceful space where no one can push you around. And in furthering looking into like astrology and stuff, and I'm like, no one's pushing me around. My own Gemini is pushing me around because I'm so easily swayed by a single thought in my head about how I feel.
Yeah.
That it just is like, but I came to the realization, I'm like, if I can sway myself down, how come I can't swing myself up? I'm like, oh, I totally can. Like,
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's work on that now. Like if you're on the down, swing yourself up. Just, work on that.
Yeah. I think that's just life. Like I'm not gonna lie and say like it's always rainbows and butterflies, but it's always nice when you get out of that. And I think it makes you appreciate when there are good times. But it's normal to have life is a roller coaster.
Definitely. I feel like mine is loopier than normal.
Same.
I got a lot more loops in my roller coaster.
Yeah. I mean, we're in Pisces season now, so I feel like it's calm waters now. No?
Oh, it's getting there. It's definitely, that moon was, that was a doozy.
The Leo.
That was a doozy. But I feel like it's chilling out a little bit more, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's the end of our shooting the shit. I love that you were like making sure I was pushing the right button.
I'm willing you with my brain, like your hand to
You're
push
like,
the right one.
You're pointing with your eyes.
Well,
I did it.
Yeah, you did do it. Cool.
What are we talking about today, friend?
So today we're going to have a little bit of fun and talk about kind of like our celebrity crushes as kids.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it would be fun. I don't know. It just kind of came. Did I think of it? Am I taking credit?
No, you did.
Oh, okay.
You did.
Well, I totally thought of this on my own. I'm just kidding.
You did. It's kind of like our, like, is it weird to say? Yeah, I think it's weird to say sexual awakening as a child.
I agree. It's more like the like cute like crushes, and I think we picked like kid ones because we were kids.
Yeah,
and
like
obviously
characters.
like kid actors are always older than what they portray anyways, so I feel less creepy about it.
Well, I also have musicians, so it's
okay,
just
cool.
like I guess characters. For me, it's characters in certain movies and musicians.
Characters is a good. I think. Characters is a good thing. I think I just like the actor. And also, like, disclaimer, if they are terrible people now, I mean, we don't look into and vet every single person. It is what it is. Because there's one that I have them like, ooh, he's kind of not okay now. But I was like, I really liked him as a kid. Like, he's actively, to me, these are people I actively seeked out their movies because I wanted to see them again.
Yeah.
Or I would rewatch the movie over and over and over and over again. Like, that's how was my criteria.
Yeah.
And even, I guess, for like the women in this, or I guess the girls, I guess when we were kids, they were girls. Those people in this list was like, that's why I watched it over and over again. Or it's like has a certain sense of comfort in this movie, and I can't imagine why.
Oh my God. I have one particular movie where I was like, damn.
Yeah. So I don't know, thought it would be fun, something fun too. I mean, I feel like this week has been tumultuous in the world, so I feel like we need a little fun. Even though this will be next week, but
Tuesday.
Yeah.
You can go first.
Oh, so okay. So making my list. Oh, 333. Sorry. It's on.
Oh, what a coincidence.
What a coincidence. I did not will you with my eyes this time.
I got it.
You did. I'm dying a little bit because I have like 3 Christinas on here.
Oh my God.
And a Christian. So I'm going to go with one of my favorites. So everyone, we know. I guess the first one is Christian Slater was like... My favorite. He's in this movie called Gleaming the Cube. It's an old like 80s skateboard movie. My brothers watched it a lot, and I just remember being like, oh, hello.
What did he do in it?
He skateboarded. I don't know. He's kind of like rebel-y. Like,
boy.
not like that though. It wasn't. It's like 80s skater where they're like,
Oh, that's sick.
they're a little bit cooler, I think.
Yeah, like kind of like Back to the Future.
Yes, exactly. But he like wore like one earring and like like I think his nails were painted also, which is really cool.
Was it like a silver, like dingly one?
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
I love when people do that.
I love that. Oh, so yeah, he had like a cool haircut. Also, I laugh. My partner and I laugh about this all the time because if you take all of my childhood crushes, it's like him in one. Like there's different parts where he's like, yeah, that like it's like him all meshed into one, basically. If that makes sense. So yeah, he also is the guy from Heathers, the movie Heathers.
Yeah.
But there he has black hair. In the other movies, he has blonde hair, which is like
What do you prefer?
not usually though, not really. But for him, it was like bleached blonde because that's not his natural hair color.
No, I was asking you which one do you prefer?
Out of him too. Oh, blonde, the blonde one.
The blonde?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know, but yeah, and Christian Slater. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to think of other movies he was in that like. If you don't know those two movies, I'm sure I watched Gleaming the Cube a lot though. That's why he's just like an '80s like star kind of. I guess.
Bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, I like to. I knew you were gonna say that, and I kind of mine is like a safe. Because, like, I'm like, you're, like, quote-unquote bad boy, but, like, not, like, you're still kind of safe.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like,
it's a controlled chaos.
which that makes you feel safe.
Yeah. Because it's, like, I guess kind of like fire with a little cap, like, controlled, but, like, or chaosy, but controlled. Like, you just bring it back down.
Yeah. I know about that life.
Yeah, like, I mean, Bernie, too, is fire.
Very
in the
much.
Cap. Yeah, so I'm like, cool, there's fire, but I'm like, I can also trust you to, like, do your taxes and stuff.
And then he's in touch with his emotions with his water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much emotions.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
The best of all worlds
Sure.
for you. All right.
Yeah.
So my first crush that I literally can think of, like, being my very, very first crush was Kimberly from Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
Holy fuck.
I'm dead.
Yeah. I was like, I want to be the Pink Ranger. But I was like, no.
Let me ask you this. I have a question. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Do you have a thing where also too, like some of the like women you find attractive, you either
Want to be them?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Absolutely.
Pretty much all of these women on my list also, I'm like, I wanted to be her in that character. That's hilarious. Okay, I didn't know if that was like, is it just me?
I love that you brought this up because I feel like for a long time, even though I always like subconsciously knew I was queer and I was attracted to women, I also like was like, oh, maybe it's just because I look up to them, or maybe it's because like I want to be them. And I'm like, maybe it's not like I would want to be inside them. but as an adult, I'm just like, no, I wanted, you know.
There's a funny line in Broad City where she's like, I forget who she's talking to, but she's like, I don't know if I want to be you or be in you.
All the above.
I feel that's like how my outlook is on most of these people. It's like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, because one is not exactly what I would consider my type, I guess. But like, I'm like, I also really wanted to be her.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's cool. Kimberly Power Ranger. Oh, would you wear the Power Ranger in the Power Ranger outfit or not?
Yeah. that bootay. I mean, who looks bad in a, what is it called?
Like a unitard?
A unitard.
I mean, I don't know. I guess nobody would look bad. I don't know.
No. Anybody would look
you would look great.
Yeah.
Anybody would look great.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next one. Okay, so this person I follow like every movie they're in because I love her so much. It's Mae Whitman.
Oh, how did I know?
See? I freaking love her. She's so cute. And like, you got little chubby cheeks. Ugh. I just love her. Like, and there's also this episode. Okay, this is how I know this because there's this episode in it's Law and Order. This is where I first like saw her, I think. In Law and Order, she was like this punk character, but like a really crusty, grungy punk. And I was like, usually I'm like, oh, like you look kind of smelly.
Like, can you shower?
Yeah, you look kind of smelly. Yeah. But like, she's like so freaking cool. And I remember being like younger and being like, ugh, like I love her so much. But like, because I always thought it was just because I wanted to be her. But I'm like, I would literally watch that episode over and over and over and over and over and like still do.
I just like thought of something. It's like you wanted to bathe her. Or with her.
Sure. I think that's also too because like that's who I hung out with a lot in like high school and like went to parties and like kickbacks and stuff. And but there was like I'd always be like, oh, like oh, this guy's like kind of crusty punk, like that's kind of cool. But I'm like, you need a shower.
That's your cap.
Yeah.
Your Capricorn's like,
I'm like,
you're almost perfect.
like you look cool, but if you could just stay
squeaky clean.
like stay 10 feet away from me also. That'd be great. Hilarious. So funny. But yeah, Mae Whitman, she also has that movie The Duff, which is like a terrible premise for a movie, but like I just love her. Oh, sorry. Sorry, microphone. Just love her. So
Love her too.
yes. Next one.
Okay. So I'm starting from like age. So like
Oh gosh, I didn't even do it. Mine are all over the place.
Okay.
I didn't do that.
well, that's kind of how I categorize it. So the next one is Jessica Rabbit. Okay. So let me get you started on Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I love that movie.
I've seen that movie, I'm not exaggerating, maybe like 50 times. And I mean, can I just be honest? Like, the main reason was Jessica Rabbit. And I think she comes on like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, she's not even through the whole movie.
No. And like, I would like skip
Love
the
it.
first part of the movie until like her scene, the
Her song.
holy fuck. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I tapped that hard. So that was my
I'm
next
dead.
one.
I love that. That's great. Oh, I love that movie too, but not because of that. It was just like that movie. I mean,
because of that.
Gotcha. Okay, my next one. This is where it comes into where I say like all of these, like my partner is like a mix up of all of these people. So have you ever seen that movie Sky High?
I think so.
Okay. I'll show you a photo and you're going to be like, oh, okay. Like, so there's a guy in Sky High, for anybody who's out there watching it. His name's Warren Peace. He's like the fire guy, which he literally I'm going to show you a photo. We might have to like put a photo up.
You literally just said you love fire.
I love fire.
Yeah.
Love it. Controlled fire.
Controlled fire.
I don't want to get burned also. So I need to get your reaction on air. Oh, I guess air, I guess. Let's see.
Y'all, look it up.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw Sky High or watched Disney as like a kid, you know exactly who I'm
I feel like I have seen it, but I just like, I'm so bad with names. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's literally your partner. But like with a leather jacket.
But when I tell you other people, it's the like the same vibe.
It's the vibe.
And like when you mix other people in with it, it's my partner.
Yeah, it's definitely his vibe.
Love it because he's got he's a Scorpio.
Oh my God, even his face looks like your partner.
It's like the similar structure, right?
Yeah. What the fuck? Holy shit.
I have manifested him.
You did. Since second grade.
Yep, since second grade. But yeah, the actor's name is Stephen Strait. I don't know anything else he's in, but he's Warren Peace in Sky High.
Cool.
Yum. Go on, your turn.
All right. So next one, I feel like this is a pretty popular opinion because if you don't think this person's hot, like no matter what you identify as, Winona Ryder. I mean,
Oh, okay. She was in a movie with
Perfection?
Christian Slater.
yeah, she's in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So
Oh God.
if you don't know who she is, you've been living under a rock.
Yeah.
But this woman has such a distinct presence about her and like mystery, and she just has like this captivating beauty. And I mean, I loved her in the Heathers. I love her voice. I love the sound of her voice. And she just has such good energy, but she's just like dream girl status. Like when I was a kid, like I was like, holy moly, that's dream girl status.
I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her sign?
What is her sign? Do you know?
No.
Oh, let's find out.
I know. This is literally my partner.
What's her sign?
What's her sign? Let's see.
She's
She's a Gemini.
She's a Gemini. That makes so much sense. She's very charismatic. And I love Gemini.
She has a lot of different looks too.
I would not date her then. But
Gotcha. Yeah.
pretty to look at.
Definitely. Okay. My next one is, so like I said, I have 3. This is the first of the 3 Christinas. Christina Applegate. Which, yeah. She's in this movie. It's like it's like my top 5 movies, like desert island movies. It's Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. She's like this like 80s kind of glam rocky, like amazing looking person in this movie.
Yeah.
She's like a lot of like, I wanted to be her and be with her. I was like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. She wears these cool ass green Doc Martens like the entire movie. She has like a really cool 80s flowy. It's like when she's at her new job, it's like her quips are funny. I don't know. I love that movie. I've seen that movie literally thousands of times. Like, I'm not even exaggerating either.
I need to see it.
You have to see it.
You've mentioned that movie before. And it sounds like a movie I'd love, because I love like 80s based movies.
So
I think
good.
my last lifetime was in the 80s because I'm obsessed.
It's so good, and it's very like authentically 80s. It's not like we're like they're trying to make it look 80s. It's just like even like her brother's like this like metalhead kind of looking guy, and it looks like an 80s like metalhead, like where he's like more in jeans instead of black leather kind of. Like, she's also so cool. And her eyebrow, I don't know why, this is a weird thing. Her eyebrows in that movie are like killer. And I just always like, I love them. Like, I don't know.
I do love her too.
Watch me geek out about all of my childhood crushes.
I loved her in Married with Children.
Oh yeah, that's
pretty funny.
That's kind of the she's no
the vibe.
It's kind of the vibe. She's more not I don't know. It's more like a subtle kind of like
In that show.
hot vibe. Like in the show, she's very like like hot girl, like mini skirts and stuff like that. And this one, like it's the same vibe, but it's more artistic, if that makes sense. Like she's like an art student. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I get it. She's more like
she's got like a metal
lo-fi.
She's got like a metal hippie boho vibe. Like if that. You just gotta see the movie, I guess. I don't know.
I dig it.
Yep, that's one.
All right. So my next one is Allison Robertson from the Donnas, which is a band.
I know who the Donnas are.
Okay. Well, it's the lead.
I love the Donnas.
It's the lead guitarist.
Oh, you would.
And the
I'm
reason,
sensing a pattern here.
Yeah. So, okay. Let me get started.
Yes.
So, I picked up a guitar because of this woman. I was obsessed with her. The whole time, like, she had this, like, 70s shag. Like, she fucking shreds the guitar. And she's just gorgeous. And so, I literally was just obsessed with her. And for the longest time, I was like, I want my hair like her. And then I didn't realize it was called the shag until I moved to San Francisco, and everybody looks like a 70s rock star there. So yeah, I think I had like my teenage sexual awakening with her, like reignited during that time, because I was like obsessed with the band.
Yeah.
But I was pretty much really obsessed with her.
They feed my, like, when I used to work out a lot, well, not when I used to like lift weights, they're like my like I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, they're so good. Like it feeds my inner ego. Her music does. Their music does. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, because there's a song, that Who Invited You song. I love that song, and I'm like, bow down, peasants. That's what it feels like.
Oh my god, I love them.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, so my next one is, I really, really, really like, and he has multiple different movies that I really like him in, is Matthew Lillard. Oh, love him. So my first, where I was like, oh my gosh, I love him so much, is SLC Punk. He's like Steve-O in that movie. I don't know. I just remember being like, that was like the holy grail when you were like a kid. Like,
I thought that's how he talked.
No, like that, like, because like also too, like, there's like stupid things like, you're not punk if you don't watch this. Like, that's what high school was all about, basically. And like, it was like, you don't know that movie, you're not punk. Which I was like, he's just hot. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, his like buddy in that, his name is Heroin Bob. He was also like, and also has like one of the saddest scenes. But also Matthew Lillard, like in Scream, like there's another movie called Hackers, which also has like a younger Angelina Jolie in it, and she's got like a really cute, like short, like pixie cut. Also very nice in that movie.
Dope.
Very dope in that movie. They're both dope in that movie. He's got like a crazy like in that movie because they're hackers. It's about hackers, but it's got a like a super early 90s vibe to it, and like they're in like this like cyberpunky outfit. They rollerblade in it too.
Oh, that's sick.
It's like a whole thing. That's a really good one too.
He gives me like Aries vibes.
At
least in Scream. No, in Scream he gave me more of like a not a Virgo, because he's kind of funny.
Yeah. I even like him as Shaggy. He's in Scooby-Doo.
Oh, I love him as Shaggy. He made like literally there's like no other better person to be Shaggy.
Yeah, no, he kills it. Yeah, I'm like even him. Like it's so to me, I'm like it's not about the role for him. It's just him. I'm like he's like one of the only celebrities I follow on Twitter.
Yeah, great actor.
No, he rocks. I'm trying to think of. Let me see.
Very well rounded.
Are we gonna look up zodiac signs for these?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna do it. Oh no, is he? No, he's a Pisces.
Oh,
he's the 20.
That makes sense.
He's January 24th.
That makes sense because he seems very sweet, but he's also scary as fuck. Yeah,
that makes sense. He's also in She's All That for a little bit. He does the dance scene, which is like freaking hilarious. Ugh, love him so much.
Good choice. All right, so my next one, I had spoken about this in a previous episode, but it is Jennifer from Cadet Kelly, which is played by, what's her name? Ren from Even Stevens.
Yes.
All her characters.
Christy Romano.
Yeah.
Another Christy.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know, too many.
Yeah.
But just like particularly in that movie, I like love that she has the vibe of like she's like channeling like her masculine and feminine roles, and I love that. I think that's what I'm attracted to in a partner.
I think you're also like, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're trying to tell me what to do.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But I don't know. I think that I really enjoy when people kind of channel both energies. And I think that was like one of the first exposures that I had for.
She's kind of androgynous in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't. Okay. Maybe I'll ask you later. Well, maybe I'll ask you now.
Yeah.
So we were watching, I was telling you, Bernie and I were watching, we were going to watch a movie last night or the night before, and we ended up watching music videos, and we were watching Peter Murphy. And you know who Peter Murphy is, right?
No.
He's a singer of Bauhaus.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm thinking, I need to look that up, because if it's freaking wrong, it's going to be bad. Okay, sorry. Okay, so he's a singer of Bauhaus, and he's like, in those videos, he's like super emaciated, and like obviously he's going through some substance issues.
Yeah.
But I was like, in my head, I was like, man, if I was born like assigned male at birth, I would want to look like him. Like that's the male quote unquote body I would choose.
Yeah.
And I looked at Bernie and I was like, if you were born like assigned female at birth, I'm like, what kind of woman would you want to look like?
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, that's a really good question. I'm like, and he's like, what about you? I'm like, I already know. I pick Peter Murphy or like David Bowie. Like I would want to try something like super androgynous like that, or like like super tall and like kind of lanky.
like the opposite.
Yeah, exact opposite. Like that would be like a cool new experience. I don't know. I was just like, so I wonder if you were born assigned male at birth, what would you, is there a look that you would go for? Is this, I don't know, is that a weird question? Like, I don't know.
It's funny because I feel like I would want the same thing. Like I would I would want to be the opposite of what I am, which is like short. I'm like, I wonder what it's like to be short and to feel
terrible.
like. I think there's benefits to both.
Of course. I'm just experiencing the short my whole life. I'm like, ugh, so short. I would like average height would be great.
Most of my life I always wanted to be short, and it wasn't until my adult life, like my late 20s, I want to say, where I was like, I wish I was taller. Like I'm wearing Docs today, and I'm like, can I just naturally be this tall?
Yeah, if we film TikToks, I'm gonna have to put some platforms on because I'm like, you're already way taller. Now you're like extra way taller.
I'm like 5'9" right now.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, That's it. I'm like 5 feet. So if I could be like 5'2",
Yeah.
5'3", that would be nice.
Yeah.
It's a little extra.
But there's benefits to all.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that, I don't know. It was just a weird segue question.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just curious because I asked him and I was like, I already know mine. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought, but I forgot whose turn it is.
I think it's yours.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're going to go into the second Christina. So do you remember that movie Brink?
Yes.
Okay. Christina Vidal. I think that's how you say her last name. She's the girl in Brink. Like,
Yeah.
and she's the girl in Freaky Friday. She's like the friend that plays like not the singer obviously, but she like plays guitar in the band.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I love her.
She's hot.
And she has like the coolest hair. And in Brink, I'm like, oh, hang out with the dudes. I like one of the guys. I want to do that too. I want to roller skate. Like,
I didn't realize it was the same person. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Oh, it's the best friend. It's not the other guitar. I was talking about the other,
not
like
the short hair one.
Yeah, I was talking about her.
It's the she also, but I was like, because I have another person from Brink on my list.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I watched Brink a lot. Like Brink is one of God. Before Disney Plus came out, I actually bought Brink on YouTube so that I could watch it.
Oh my God, I need to watch it.
I love it so much. It's so corny, but like. Love it so much because there's 2 people in there where I'm like, oh, I've totally followed like where you're at, followed your movie,
Where you live.
not like that, just your movie. But yeah, that's her. She's not the girl in Freaky Friday, not the one with short hair, but
The one
like,
with curly hair.
curly hair. Yes, mm-hmm. Yes,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, she's hot too.
But yes, we've established.
We've established. All right, so my next one is Avril Lavigne.
You would.
Oh my God.
I loved her too when I was a kid.
I loved her. I mean, I thought I like, obviously as a kid, I was like, oh my God. I mean, who wasn't obsessed with fucking Skater Boy and just her?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to look like her. I wanted all the things.
Did you ever
but
get a tie?
I got a tie.
Same.
I got a guitar. So I had my guitar, but I got a guitar strap that matched hers, but it was like the pink version. And I thought I was her. And then I have the same sweatband or what were they called?
The sweatbands?
Yeah, sweatbands for the wrist.
Wristbands? I don't know. Wrist sweatbands? I don't know.
Yeah.
What was her guitar strap? Was it checkers?
She had 2, but she had one that was like white and black stripes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I had the same one, but it was in pink.
Cute.
Yeah. Obsessed.
Obsessed. Yeah, I was like, oh, that same thing. Again, like, she's so cool. She wears ties. Girls don't wear ties. Meh. Meh.
With t-shirts. And Vans.
Yeah.
No, she wore Chucks.
No, she
Oh
wore
yeah,
Chucks,
and I
yeah.
wore Chucks.
I did too until I worked at Vans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Same.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't. But once I stopped, I'm like, I'm never wearing Vans again. Sorry.
Back in the day when we worked at Vans were like $40 and we got 50% off.
And that was like the best part.
Yeah.
Is the killer discount.
My $40 check for 2 weeks I would spend on a pair of shoes.
Oh my God.
Because I'd work like 4 hours each week and I was making $7.25 an hour.
I did not make the schedules. Just so everybody knows. $7.20. Holy crap, $7.25. That was how much minimum wage was. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And back in 07.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Whew.
Mold.
No, time doesn't exist, so don't worry about it.
True. Facts.
Who is my other one? Okay. Okay, so another one. So I guess I'll go into the same the other person from Brink. His name is Sam Horrigan.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it, Horrigan. So he's the bad guy in Brink.
Of course you like the bad guy. A Scorpio moon. Vibes.
I'm dead. No, because he has no emotion. That the guy, he's just
He's like a Virgo.
Yeah, because he's kind of shady and like backstabby, I guess, if that makes sense.
Virgo.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the bad guy, I guess. I'm trying to think of he's also, if you ever watched Little Giants as a kid, he's Spike.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was a little kid, I was like, oh, hello. Where did you come from? And then I'm like, oh, okay, you're in this Brink movie news. I'm like, this is why I watch Brink. a million times. Is these two people. Love it. I forget what else. He's also in other stuff too, but I can't really. I might be confusing it with the other person on my list, but we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
So Brink. Watch Brink.
Watch Brink, everyone.
Cool.
All right. So my next one is Ashley Simpson. And
really?
This particularly started after her show came out on MTV. It was called Autobiography. And she was a fucking brat. Like, I rewatched, like, I think there's, like, a few episodes on YouTube. And I watched it, like, years ago, a few years ago. And I'm like, oh, my God, she was such a brat. But I thought she was so hot. And I, like, loved her music. Her first album. No, her second album was pretty good, too. And I was just, like, obsessed with her. She got really, really hot during her second album. Like, when around the time she was with Pete. She was like her prime right there. Yeah.
So funny. I'm dead. Oh, okay. Okay, I forgot.
Why were you surprised?
She doesn't exactly fit the same type as the other.
I don't really I feel like I don't really have a particular. You think I have a type?
A little bit.
What's my type?
The first couple had two things in common.
What?
Two things in common.
Two things in common. Wait, who were the first?
Two things in common.
No, but friend. Like, I mean, in real life, in adult life, I don't care about.
I know. This is all. I mean, it's all celebrity. Like,
yeah.
I'm not. I don't really want somebody who's going to be vindictive and like fuck up somebody's life.
No, like you're talking about physically. I don't have a type physically. I feel like I don't. Like, I don't really care. As long as you make me laugh, as long as you have personality and you're passionate and you're interesting, that's, to me, that's the hottest thing. Like, everything else is a cherry on top. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's how I am. Okay. I don't have a type.
This actually, there's something I wanted to say about it. I forgot though. Ashley Simpson. Why is it ringing a bell? I know who it is, obviously, but
She's Jessica Simpson's sister.
yeah, there was something else though that I was like, because she kind of also had like an Avril vibe too. No.
I think she was trying to be Avril.
Okay.
Like, looking back, I'm like, oh, she's trying to be Avril.
Oh, I remember. Okay, because you were saying that you rewatched some and she was like bratty. I was gonna say, do you ever rewatch like some of these movies or shows or whatever, and you as an adult and you have a completely different perspective?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
All the time.
The one that comes to mind right off the bat is My So-Called Life. Because like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, her mom is so annoying. Leave her alone. Because that's what she would complain about the whole time. But as an adult, I'm like, God, you're so mean to your mom. I'm like, your mom's just trying to help. What's wrong with you?
I know. As a kid, we were just like,
Yeah, I'm just like, leave her alone. And then as an adult, I'm like, can you just be nice to your mom? Because she just gives a shit about you. God.
yeah. I think it was probably like your Gemini was like, chill, mom. Like, let her be. And now your Cap's like,
Yeah. Let's, well, no.
let's settle down now.
Yeah, I just was like, oh my gosh, like, she's, I don't know. It's just fun. I like when you rewatch something, you're like, oh, different perspective. That's great. Good to know.
I love doing that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I guess, okay, my next one is, I'll save my last Christina for last.
Okay.
Even though, never mind. Anyways, okay, so the next one is Andrew Keegan. So he is particularly why I gave the disclaimer in the beginning. So he has like this weird, he runs like a weird cult now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't subscribe to him now or prescribe to him now. Like I don't back him now. But he's the quote unquote like, or he is the bad guy from 10 Things I Hate About You. The slick back hair kind of guy.
Oh, okay. I was trying to look him up.
Oh, I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that, but originally I liked him when like the kid thing is there was a movie called Camp Nowhere. Another movie I watched 1.5 million times because I just love that movie so much. But he's like, he's not like the bad one in that movie. He's like the quote unquote like kind of rebel kid. I mean, I'm sure you're sensing a pattern here.
Oh yeah. I see a trend.
But I also have the same thing like how we were talking about like with the girls, like do I want to be them, or it feels the same way with the dudes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, like I want to be cool like that. Like
I think that's a normal feeling.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I always felt like it wasn't normal.
No, I think it's a normal feeling.
Good to know.
You
but
want to channel them.
yeah. But he's also, so he's in 10 Things I Hate About You. He's in a lot of different stuff. But like as a adult like person, he like runs this weird like Hollywood cult now. So yeah, I'm not a real big fan of that.
Okay. My next one is someone you and I have spoken about before.
Tell me.
So this person, oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you how big of a crush I had. I think I still have on this actress, Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh,
Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was obsessed with that movie. I have seen that movie countless times.
Rosario Dawson's in that too. Oh, yeah. Same.
Oh my god.
Ditto on Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. And she was just like so fucking hot in that movie. Her red hair like looks so great.
We just watched. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Her red hair and then just like everything. Everything.
Yeah, we just watched She's All That. She's in that also, obviously. I think I looked up her sign also.
What is she?
I want to say it was a Cancer, maybe not. I literally just looked up hers. October 4th.
So Libra.
She's a Libra.
She's a Libra.
Good to know. But yeah, same. I agree. She's All That is very cool.
Yeah, she's my last one.
Oh, wow. Josie and the Pussycats is so cool. It's such a funny movie. I love that, like, it's so satirical and, like...
It's so nostalgic to me. Like, the music is so great.
Oh, yeah. I think we have talked about, like, listening to that CD.
Oh, yeah. I rented that CD at the library.
Oh.
Because I could not afford it. So I remember I had a karaoke machine when I was a kid. And I, like, basically pirated it into a cassette.
I love that. I burned stuff all the time too, like CDs or whatever. Like my older brothers did it, so I was like, "Teach me how."
Yeah.
And like now I have all these songs.
Yeah, I was obsessed.
I loved it. No, good movie. Good movie. All right, my last one. My last Christina. It is Christina Ricci.
I knew it. I'm like, it has to be. It has to be.
It really is. She's great.
She's hot.
I just watched Black Snake Moan recently, and this is what kind of like that movie's wild though.
It's a crazy movie.
It's a really
fuck. She's hot in that movie.
It's a really crazy movie, and I was like, oh my god,
my mouth just watered honestly. Just thinking about that movie.
I'm dead. That's great. Yeah, no, she's really hot in that movie, but I'm also like, can you shower?
Yeah, she looks like pistols out there.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, so as a kid, I'm like, ooh, Casper, like,
oh yeah,
hello. She was also in that movie Now and Then, which is like another one of my freaking favorite movies ever. But also, well, there was another girl in there that I don't know her name though. But that she was in that movie. She's in freaking everything.
She's in everything. I mean, you're naming all these movies because I've seen them.
Yeah.
Most of the movies you mentioned I haven't seen. But I'm like, yep, yeah, I know that movie.
Yeah, no, I just brought it up because I was been thinking about the list all week, and then I watched that movie the other night because I remember seeing parts of it in places, and I was like, oh, let me just see what it's all about. And I'm like, this is wild. Like,
yeah, it's a crazy movie.
It's really crazy, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Literally, that's a shared crush because same. I forgot her. How could I forget?
I mean, I got you, friend.
You got me, friend. But yeah, that's our roundup.
That was fun.
That was fun. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Please roast us in the comments. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, or share with us in our post on Instagram
who
your celebrity crushes or character crushes you had as a kid.
Yeah.
Let us know. But I guess we're going to do announcements now.
Yeah, for sure. So, we are going to have another live on Instagram.
Finally!
Yeah, sorry. We've been busy and it's
been wild.
Yeah, it's been wild.
A wild year. But we're settling down.
So it's gonna be on Thursday the 3rd at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
March 3rd.
March 3rd, yeah. So if you're listening to this Tuesday, it'll be Thursday at 7 p.m. So I hope you guys join us and we can have fun and talk. They were really fun before, so
yeah, we have fun every single time.
Yeah.
We love chatting with you all. If you have questions questions. If you're a new listener, come hang out with us and ask us anything. Or if you just want to have something to do on a Thursday night, come hang out.
Oh, tell us. We can talk at that time too if you agree with our celebrity crushes, or tell us your own.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Yeah,
that'd be great.
That's kind of announcements. Trying to line up some guests also. So if you know anybody or you would want to come talk to us, so don't worry about like if you're like out of state or anything like that. You can. I mean, and we also can make time to. We can make pretty much not anything work, but we can try to make anything work. So
yeah.
But we'd love to hear other stories too.
Yeah, if you're queer and you'd like to share your story, just email us at onethingqueer@gmail.com and we can set that up.
Yeah.
And we'll do socials now.
Yeah. Or in that same thing, you can message us on our Instagram, which is One Thing Queer. And my personal one is SpexRayX.
And my personal one is at Jenny Lynn Bhutan. And I just launched my Reiki site and Reiki Instagram called Celestial Light Witch. So if you'd like to come hang out with me and talk about spirituality, go check me out there.
Yes, do that.
Well, like not check me out, but like, you know, check out my page. I mean, you can just, I'm taken. So just keep your
respectful.
Your lust to yourself.
Yeah, keep it respectful out here. Yeah. You can also follow us on our TikTok. It's One Thing Queer Podcast. We haven't posted in a while, but it's been busy.
We've been busy, but there's a lot on there.
There is.
They're
can fun.
Watch. It'll make you giggle.
I literally, when I want to laugh, I'm like, let me go watch these because there's still the Santa one slays me. It's the funniest. It's so funny. It's killed me every single time.
Never gets old.
Never gets old. Well, all right. I think that's it for today. I don't know. How do we wrap this up?
Oh, yeah, you never wrap it up. All right. Well, I guess it's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of One Thing Queer. Be sure to visit us again next Tuesday for a whole new show.
Yeah. And Thursday, because we're going to do a live.
Yeah.
Or not next Thursday, but never mind.
All right,
I'm tired now. Okay.
Go to our live on Thursday.
Yes.
This Thursday. If you're listening this Tuesday, go
it's Thursday. May 3rd at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Graphics by BexUniverse.co. Music by Jacody.